Hey everybody, we're back with more Final Fantasy XIII. Alright, let's go. Oh, we're gonna be done with this soon, and then I can play something else that'll take a long time because I just play RPGs now. Creatures once held in stasis within the Ark are now rampaging through the streets of Eden, but this merely marks the beginning of Cocoon's collapse into chaos. Once news of the Pulse invasion spreads to a populace already in good panic, people will be whipped into a frenzy of terror, and the ensuing orgy of violence will tear apart society. Yet Cocoon may not survive long enough for that to happen. Even now, members of the cavalry seek to charge into the FGM. It's good, fine, we're going. Alright, where were we? You looking at me? Wait a minute. Is that item I missed last time?
Keep the enemy off balance.
I'm afraid I can't help you there, T. How you doing?
Just getting started.
Come on, Vanille, hit it with some more. That sounds about right. You gotta love, with the role of Saboteur existing entirely to affect enemies with debuffs, the fact that the debuffs have a chance of hitting is kind of ridiculous. Or rather, a chance of actually affecting the debuff, or the dot. Those who don't know, dot means damage over time. Let's go. Yeah, it's weird that there's a role specifically about applying debuffs and dots. Yeah, I came this way, I must have just missed this item. A role specifically about applying debuffs and dots, and they're not guaranteed to hit. He's kind of crazy, I think. No, 10,000 isn't really gonna get us anywhere at this point. That looks like a big boy. Alright, let's go do it. Didn't expect a cutscene for this. Oh, Rosh.
Rosh?
Why are you still alive?
I see your power has grown, Mr. Villiers. No matter. We will lay down our lives if that is what it takes to stop you.
Oh, you got shot.
Oh, we're on the same side here. We came back to
Hey,
stop
Star.
all of
How you
this.
doing?
Nevertheless, you are the sea.
Okay, I don't have a clue what's going on with this dude.
We can trust the pawns no more than the foul sea who moved them. Humanity's fate rests in its own hands.
Okay. So let's open with this.
owe ya.
What was that thing called? The Proud Clad. More references to other games that exist only in names. Like, it actually look like the Proud Clad? Sure, but it doesn't. So it makes the reference of the name just feel kind of pointless. So funny. Everything? Okay. Vanille, are you even applying anything?
Follow my lead!
Okay. So Saboteur is absolutely worthless here. Got it. Go. I don't think he's playing any music for this fight. Which is weird.
You're going down!
Alright, that is that.
Move on instinct.
There we go.
I owe ya.
Alright, let's try that again.
Thanks.
It's got butterfly to itself. Can we remove those? Not what was after. It looks like Vanille's trying it. Wanna try it again, Vanille? No? Okay.
Thank you.
And switch to try disaster. She tried the spell once, it didn't work and she didn't bother to try it again. I'd like to try and figure out the reasoning behind any of that. But nothing I can find there says that the spell should not work.
No further.
Go.
No place to run. Sit down.
there. There we go. 5 minutes on the dot. Nice.
That's all she can take. Fall back.
So what's going on with Roch? I thought he got shot with more than one bullet.
I don't understand. We want the same thing. Why can't we just work together?
These people are so blinded by fear, they can't even imagine it. Are we too late?
Not yet. And we can't give up. No one else knows the truth. Am I right?
Gotta
Only
get
we
going.
know about the plan to destroy Cocoon.
And which Falsi's behind it. Bartandalus.
Then what are we waiting for? It's time for some payback.
That's what I'm talking about. Once everything's finally out in the open, people are gonna have to wake up from this nightmare.
Yeah.
Let's show them how human we still are.
You're surprised how much people can go through and still demand to ignore the truth. Nothing over there. No. Alright. Really? We only got 10,000 for that? Is that everything for this? 15, 41, 34? Yes. Nice. And 1 PU. And you. And you. You know, I'm not entirely sure. The only one I know is that Troy Baker is Snow. Anybody else? I'm not sure. Let me check.
Cocoon's our home. This isn't gonna be the end of it.
Let me see. Roger Craig Smith.
No more running.
He plays
promise to help
additional
save
voices. That's all I'm getting. So he'll be background characters, people will pass in the street. That'll be it. Doesn't play any named characters. Wow, they had a much easier time with that thing than I do.
Fall back! Suppressing fire!
If only one of our characters carried a rocket launcher, I guess.
Closing the gate! Disengage! Wait! Open up! Open up! Let me in!
Could have been that guy. Great. Worth noting, this is actually a small adamantoid. But it still has the same issue the adamantoid has. It just takes a step, and that's damage. Never mind anything else. Okay, if Neil's not actually doing anything there now, she can switch to medic with me.
Don't give up.
Alright, let's do this. Come on, burn through the health. Nice touch that the stomp doesn't actually affect the character who's in the air. Which could mean a good character for taking these, a good party lineup for taking these things on would be Lightning, Snow and Fang. Because they all will jump up and attack.
Easy now. Let's go.
Alright. Where to now?
We had time to make the army understand.
Nothing over there.
In the military's eyes, we're just more monsters. Just from the terrifying
Ramu
monsters.
interchange? Is that what that said?
Pop.
Ramu interchange. I feel like this game gets a little too caught up on lip service in the series. Still gonna fight the soldiers though. Okay, finish this off. There we go. Seems like we've got a section of easy sailing for a bit. Even though Behemoth doesn't feel like it's going to be much of a challenge. Especially now if I can sneak up on it. There you go. Give me that preemptive strike. Bob.
Change of plan.
Yeah, this thing's new. I've not seen a Barber before. Definitely a kind of Behemoth though. Okay. With any luck, we'll be able to kill it before the stagger meter runs out though. Alright, this should do it. There we go.
Wisdom does come with age.
See that? That's a good fight. Less CP than the King Behemoth. Suggesting it is actually weaker, but you can never tell with this game. Especially, it becomes especially apparent on Grand Pulse. Once you actually go around, you will start grinding. And you're able to pay attention to the CP values of all the enemies that you'll fight. It was especially apparent that difficulty does not mean anything for CP output. I don't know where we're going. I guess we're gonna go and fight those things. Make sure we don't miss anything. Nothing over there. Alright, here we go. I would help these guys, but they're gonna attack me. Oh, stood up. And everybody just teams up to kill us, because of course they do. That's not bullshit.
Keep it together.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
It'll be okay.
Thank you.
You think this would be a three-way fight, but it really isn't. And that was just dumb.
No.
And then the core guardsmen decided, well, we worked together with that Humbaba to take out the monstrous Lassie, and now we're friends. It's like, what?
Now you done it.
Alright, well, let's work it like this. It really does become apparent the more you play this that a lot of the time, if you end up screwed like that, because the enemies will gang up on you in stupid ways like that, you just want to sneak up on them and stop playing fair. Which I feel like the game knows, which is why Decepticon is a thing. The item specifically for sneaking up on enemies to initiate a preemptive strike. Let's do this. Alright, weaknesses. Interesting. There we go.
Easy.
Alright. More of that crap than those.
Oh.
Alright, I'd take back what I said before about this being a smooth one.
How about some of this?
New strategy. Steady now. Don't give up.
See, this is what you want. The characters to be stood far enough apart that the AoEs don't cause more damage than they need to. Like, if lightning was stood closer to Vanille and Zaz, a Rogue would have been a major problem. Like that. When it comes down to it, there isn't really that good of a reason to have the characters all stood together like that. There's less distance for heal spells to travel, but it's not that big a deal.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Go. Weak to wind? Interesting. It'll throw down wind-based attacks, but it's weak to them. Can't say I was expecting that. Go. There we go, bada bing. Every problem has a solution. Gotta work it out. Everybody gets a stagger. These guys off because they're not that much trouble. Rock and or roll, and we're all good. And that's easy CP. Alright. That's good to know, Star. Can you let Clem know for me? I know Clem's been pretty concerned. Well, thanks for letting me know. I want... yeah. Lots to work out to get that far. Okay, something isn't done. Awesome. Clem might be here later, but he's not here at the moment. Push comes to shove, you can probably just grab him on Discord, or catch him on his stream on Saturday. Yeah, I don't want to fight that big thing with these guys. I want to fight that big thing with anything. we go. Easy as that. That's an easy 4,500. Meanwhile, I bet this thing doesn't give anywhere near enough to justify the awkwardness of dealing with it.
Keep the enemy off balance.
Okay,
Thank you.
more.
Just getting started.
I want to keep an eye on her, Neil. Once she's not doing anything, I'm going to switch to double heals.
Just getting started.
Alright, she isn't doing anything.
Here we go!
You'll make it. Thanks.
How are you doing, Star? That's irritating.
Resin!
Stay calm.
Come on. And there we go. Not bad. I gotta say that stuff. Let's hear that. Going. Yeah, we're almost to the weekend.
Wisdom does come with age.
Almost. I didn't see how much that actually gave me. Should check that. Come on. I still think, like, for calling these guys archangels, this should be more impressive. Like, more impressive than just another dude in armor with a machine gun. Hey, that's the way forward. That's optional. Anything over here?
Thanks.
Just gonna keep doing this for a bit, I guess. Just to know that Vanille can actually debuff these things, though. Go get the double heals.
Stay calm. You'll
Here we
make it.
go.
Thank you.
I don't think I've seen damage yet that double heals can't out heal. As long as both healers are actually competent.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
No more.
You'll make it.
And let's go. Yeah, I'm convinced these things are like young adamantoises, which is why they're smaller and not as powerful. But it's entirely possible that they're actually just a separate breed. There we go.
Old man still got it.
4550. Yeah, not compared to taking out 3 of the flying dudes for 4500. That's not worth it. And item over there without any bad guys. Goodies, money, which not really had a good use for. Almost. Everything costs so much now. Okay, so that isn't finished. Okay. Onwards to glory. I believe I missed this right here. Get going. You guys okay?
This isn't the time to worry about things like that.
Cool. Okay, nothing over there. Let's make the move and go and say hi. What is that guy? Proto beam. Alright. Proto was not as big a deal as the Kings. Good mind. Ice and water.
Here we go!
Oh, Vanille, get that helio. Oh, let's go. The way it's currently dealing damage out, will have it staggered before it can kill anybody. Even taking that into account.
New strategy.
Okay, come on.
No.
Immunity to launch during its attack animations. Try again. Alright. Round 2. Take him down. Alright, and now I want to pull this behemoth apart.
Steady now.
Thank you.
Here.
Gonna focus on Raz. Heal. Raz.
Thanks.
Yeah, it'll be nice once we've done with 13 to play a game with a battle system that's a little more involved. Don't get me wrong, I am, despite the problems I've had with 13, I've been enjoying this game more than I expected to. But the battle system is mostly just choose a paradigm system, choose a paradigm style, and then
Wisdom
just keep
does
pressing
come
A.
with age.
So it'll be nice to play something with a little more involved combat. The dead behemoth. Open sesame. That's a weird door. It's a weird door. Alright. People over there, but they don't look like enemies. Oh, the army's killed at least one behemoth. We just saw the body. Alright. Rock and roll. How much further? Not much further.
We're sure not gonna be lonely.
What? Alright. If you know me, the answer's obviously both. Vampires? Yes. Take out the corpsman first.
How about some of this?
New strategy.
And then we do a little bit of prep and then take the vampires down.
Thanks. Steady now.
I appreciate it.
We're going to be going back to, as I mentioned this on the Discord earlier today, we're going to be going back to Skies of Arcadia on Saturdays. We'll be resuming those on Saturdays now. Which I think I've been talking about doing for a while. But we are actually going to go back to them with the intention of finishing it. I'm expecting a few more weeks of Final Fantasy VII.
Thank you.
Maybe 4 more weeks of that. This I'm hoping will be done next week. And then there's Yakuza, which I don't know how long that'll take. Before I started it, I looked into like how long to beat it, and I think I saw around 15 hours, which means it's not going to be that long. What I want is to have everything we're currently doing done before anime, which is the month of the marathon month we'll be doing in May. I want everything we're currently doing done before that. Ah yeah, look at that damage pile up. Beats all the elements. And of course we've got the 2 games that have been redeemed lined up. Lunar Silver Star Story and Nocturne. Nocturne is going to wait until Chansm is available to join me for that. Lunar Silver Star Story though, I'm not sure. I might end up doing that after anime, we'll have to see. Almost ran out of that stagger then. Can't have that. As for whatever wins the current vote to play next, either Code Vein or... That's new. Code Vein or East Origin. Looking at how long to beat those packs before we decide whether or not we'll be doing it next month. Whether or not we'll be doing it immediately.
You asked for it.
Faster, please. Thank you. Okay, so it can be launched. It just didn't want to be. Never seen an enemy so determined not to get launched.
Don't give up.
appreciate it.
Okay, and then we bring back Vanille.
Here.
Okay, seriously?
No.
I really hate that enemies just keep interrupting my attempts to raise characters. Alright, let's just open with the big stuff then.
Thank you.
Okay, that's an irritating attack, and again, could do with everybody not
And
stood
so it
together.
ends.
Try that again. This camera is absolutely terrible. So much for any hope and somehow managing to pull off a preemptive strike. Somebody's definitely getting somewhere with those debuffs.
Thank you. Here.
Nice time.
Steady now. Keep a cool head.
Thanks.
Okay, you know what? That should piss me off.
Here we go.
Alright, let's do this.
New strategy.
Damn. How long does it take to launch this thing? That was some fantastic work there, Lightning. Hello.
New strategy.
Much better.
Easy.
How much was that? 2,600 for that? Jeez. Alright. This is the point where we double back on ourselves. That's progress. What we do is we head back round there, go around here, and then circle back. That way we make sure we don't miss any items, and we kill as many enemies as possible. Come on, boys. Bad dog. Alright. I don't know what that is. Oh hey, aura bombs. Take out the aura bombs first, but they'll prove to be less of an issue. I do notice though, like, did the women cast buffs on the Orabons as well? Well, you know, that's what happens when enemies cast buffs on their entire party like dicks. And your party has to pose to do anything. I honestly hate that. It's awful. It's an awful idea. Oh look, the Inquisitrixes are actually fighting the Orabons. And the Orabons are focused on fighting us. There you go, leave them for a minute. This makes less sense than the Behemoth and the Sanctum before, and whatever the soldiers before, deciding to team up to take us on.
Thanks.
Oh well. Alright, let's beat the crap out of them. Did they finally win against that Orobon? Alright. Nothing over there. Vampires. We know what to do with vampires. Gets that last claw then. Come on. Alright, beat them down. I suppose, like, ultimately the biggest problem with the entire concept of battle system in this game is that it's a lot of style with absolutely no substance. And it's made even worse by the disconnect you have from everything that happens. All you do is decide what role your character's going to take. And then 9 times out of 10 you just press X or A on the Xbox controller until the enemies are dead. That's right, shut up. Alright, the park area, I assume? Big guy. Well, that was frustrating when it basically removed my entire stack.
It'll be okay.
Thanks. Don't give up.
Come on, Zaz, go faster. The sword's just hanging there, bothering me.
Keep a cool head.
Here we go. Okay, so the key with these guys is always to ignore the sword, because you will not take it down fast enough to matter. It's actually faster to take the big guy down than it is to take the sword down. And you take the big guy down and the sword's gone. Take the sword down, the big guy will just make another one. Alright, any goodies? Oh, this crosses over to there. That's pretty neat. That means I don't have to do a lot of messing around. That was entirely unnecessary. 3 vampires.
Keep the enemy off them.
If we're actually going to duke it out, let's let them duke it out. Meanwhile, maybe Zaz can work a little faster. Look at that, he's doing buffs one at a time. Come on. Alright, here we go. Go faster, Zaz. Appreciate it. Maybe I should play with Zaz. But at least he prioritises haste. I remember that being an issue back when I first played this towards the end of the game, because I had Hope in my party as the synergist doing the buffs, and I remember Hope would not prioritise haste. And he'd put haste on everyone else before himself, which is the worst idea. Like, start off haste yourself, that way you'll put all the other buffs on faster. The only other person you should put haste on before yourself is the medic. There we go.
Just another battle.
I think that's back where we start now. Nothing over here. You realised there was a fight going on over there, right? These people just so blasé. Alright. And it says isn't done here yet. How he is. You know, it doesn't really matter which side we're putting points into for Zaz, because he has all the abilities he can currently have. But Neil getting death now isn't a bad idea. But once you've got all those abilities, it doesn't matter where you're putting the points next. Because it's just more stat increases. If you want to prioritize specific stats, maybe. I made a specific decision not to really care about Stopka. Alright, back to Ravager. Oh. Cut his life into pieces. Can we make Fang a better? No, we cannot. Fang is kind of worthless as a saboteur. Alright. I think that was some good grinding. And we weren't going over the same area again, so you know, it's not as tedious. Alright, let's get going. Orabons. Kill them. Kill them all. Oh no. Electrocute them just. Yep, easy. How dare you slow me? How dare you stop and then slow me? Come on, build it up. There it is.
Keep the enemy off them.
I suppose it.
Stay down.
Alright, and finish it off. Ain't no trouble here. Okay. Big guy. That leads up to where I was. Take a proper look though. Circle around to where I was. The map isn't as clear as it could be.
Thank you.
Do you mind?
Thanks. Thank you.
I know. That's probably enough.
Time for another approach. Keep the enemy off balance. Change of plan.
And then there was one. Easy as that? Alright, there's an item over here. Cool. Okay. If this doesn't lead up top, that leads up top there. Did I know what I was doing and then got confused? Is that what's happened? Alright, let's just do this. While this is happening, let's check into the gaming news.
Thank you.
Pyra and Mithra joined Smash Ultimate today. Diablo 2 Resurrected will accept old save files from the original Diablo 2. That's pretty neat. Mighty Fight Federation is adding Miriam from Bloodstained.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yearly Gear Strive delayed until June. Interesting thing with the next Dragon Age game was apparently, I did read this a few days ago. The next Dragon Age game was apparently intended to be a live service game, which I think we'd heard previously, and was one of those reasons why it was like, I don't care about Dragon Age 4 now. But apparently, following the success of Jedi Fallen Order as a strictly single-player game, and the major failure of Anthem as a games as a service one, EA has decided to reevaluate that and refocus Dragon Age 4 as a purely single-player experience, which is pretty neat. You can actually be interested in Dragon Age 4 again. At some point I need to go back and do the track back of DLC for Inquisition. Never did it. Pretty much. Anthem crashing and burning. Like, have you read any of the development history about that, Zeke? Like, everything about it says it was going to crash and burn. I don't even mean that as like a cynical thing of like nobody wants this, who cares, it's not going to be successful. I mean it's a case of like development was such a mess that looking at that is pretty obvious it was never going to go anywhere.
I'm tougher than you thought, huh?
Plus that whole thing that came out, I think it was last week, that they're not actually going to do a Final Fantasy XIV and turn it all around and make it a game that's actually worth playing. For anybody who missed that, Anthem came out and it wasn't great, it was very lackluster. And generally nobody really cared. It had nothing worth getting it for over something like Destiny or Rainbow Six Siege or The Division. Other games as a service games that, you know, were just better. Yeah. What I've heard, the only thing compelling or interesting in any way about Anthem's gameplay was the flying was pretty good. That's all I've heard that's good about it. So EA Play comes with Xbox Live Ultimate, and there's a bunch of EA games on there. They've got a lot of the big stuff on there. It's how I'm currently playing Need for Speed Heat. I've heard Need for Speed Heat was actually like kind of a return to form for Need for Speed, and it's on there, so I grabbed it, and I've been quite enjoying that. They have Anthem on there as well. And I was kind of debating downloading it and taking a look, but chances are it's going to be like 60 gig or something, and I don't want to throw that much download time into something that I am not going to play at all. Like the most, I know the most I'll do will be I'll take a look at the flying and then drop it.
Don't give up.
I just don't want to throw that much download time into that, even if it's free.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, there was the whole thing of like, it came out, it wasn't great, and BioWare turned around and said, we're gonna work on basically relaunching this. Like, it sounded like what Final Fantasy XIV did, like that was the goal. To pull a Final Fantasy XIV with Realm Reborn. And then last week...
Thank you.
Last week, which was long enough for me to forget that Anthem even existed, let alone that they'd promised to redo it and make it better. They come out and announce, yeah, we're not actually going to do that. Anthem's basically dead now. And it's like... I mean, Final Fantasy XIV is the big example I use because, like, that was unbelievable. 14 comes out and it's really not good, and then, like, yeah, no, we're gonna work on making this better. Like, three years. They regularly update it and stuff for 2 or 3 years. They never charge the subscription fee for it. And then, eventually, they're just like, yeah, okay, we're ready to relaunch this. Here's an ending event for the original. People who stuck with us from the original, you're going to get bonuses and stuff for it in the in the relaunch, and then they just relaunched it, and it was one of the best MMOs, which was crazy. I don't think there's any other example of anything like that. The only other thing I could think of that's even close would be No Man's Sky, which didn't relaunch, they just steadily worked and improving the game and adding more content to it, and making it the game that it sounded like it was going to be at launch.
Keep a cool head.
I've heard No Man's Sky is fantastic. Clint likes to talk about it, he's been playing that lately. I've got No Man's Sky, I picked it up ages ago, it was pretty cheap. And I was curious enough, interested enough in the concept. And hell, when I bought it, it had been improved substantially over what it originally was. That was like 2 years ago. And they kept improving it. Which, I just think that's really impressive.
Don't give up.
I think it's an interesting comparison between No Man's Sky and Anthem. Anthem being a game as a service game, which basically means it's designed for you to keep paying for it. For you to play it for a long time, just keep sinking money into it. And so, somewhere within Anthem was the possibility of a gold mine. If EA was willing to dig, they were willing to dig, and actually fix it, and improve it, and make it something worth money. And they decided they didn't want to. Meanwhile, No Man's Sky was a game you buy once, and that's it. And plenty of people had already bought it. They could have turned around and said, well, no, well, and left. And they didn't. They spent years improving it, adding stuff to it, and constantly keeping it going. And the difference between the two, the profit margin capability there is substantially different. But the fact that Hello Games kept pushing at that and improving, meanwhile BioWare and EA have said nah,
So close.
when they could have been getting more money out of that, for actually putting some work in, is, I think, pretty indicative of a lot of the issues of current day AAA development. This thing was on the last door we went through, so I don't know why we're all ready to attack it now.
Got you beat, hero.
Pretty lame.
Hey!
Hey, Snow!
Hey!
Where you been?
Guys!
So, Snow, you're a pulseless sea now, huh?
Yeah. Good times.
Then why didn't you tell us?
Why the hell didn't you come and find us?
Yeah, we've been waiting.
Well, a lot happened
Us
really
and the
fast,
rest of
and
the
we were
cursed
just on
fugitives.
the run for a long time.
But damn, those pulse foul sea sure know how to pick 'em.
Yeah. Out of all the idiots in the world, they choose this one.
Oh, hey, now wait just a minute here. I am your fearless leader. You're not supposed to laugh at the boss.
To stop being a joke.
Just like old times, huh, boss?
Don't you worry. We'll take care of the civilians.
And you concentrate on saving Cocoon.
We all will, together.
Now, what's our motto?
Balsier, no match for Nora!
You probably shouldn't ride side-saddle on something that eyes like that. Like, side saddle seems like a really good way to just fall off that thing. How much further is it to where we actually want to go? Seems like it goes on forever.
Where are the... I'm not going down without we do make it.
Okay, let's check this out. Alright. Siren Park, Leviathan Plaza. Did they just name everywhere in this place after summons? There, what do we got? Oh, look at that, 2 behemoths. Let's go join the party. Got you with the preemptive. Bullshit, that was definitely a preemptive.
Keep a cool head. Thanks.
I don't know though, I don't really see the appeal of games as a service. But it's also worth remembering that I'm not really into media that doesn't end. Be it books, TV shows, comics, games, film series. Just not into it. Maybe the problem is that I'm just not the target audience. And again, I'm not the target audience for a lot of things.
Thank you. Thanks. Don't give up.
I don't know. Alright, rock and roll.
New strategy.
Alright, some good debuffing there, fans. Vanille, whatever your face is. That full heal. Do these at once is actually a pain. There we go. Crazy thing with the stagger meter for these things. And it was the same with the King Behemoths. Like, the stagger meter is just that high. It's like, so, we've got that there, and like, the stagger meter is that high that we lowered its health down enough that it pulls the thing out of its head, and then gets a full heal, and then we lowered its health down again to 0 before we actually hit the stagger point. And that's crazy. Critique, you doing more System Shock today? Or have you finished it? Or are you done with it? I'm actually surprised with how much you got into that. I expected that to be like a one and done thing. It was like, yeah, this is kind of interesting, but also incredibly unplayable. It's cool to see. Cool to see. This is a big robot. Preempt.
New strategy.
And the stagger meter goes down slow so fast. Its health goes down so slow that we're gonna have to do this several times, and we have dealt with this thing before, and it's always been a pain and not worth the constancy, not worth the CP we get for dealing with it. But did we have a saboteur last time we dealt with one of these? That's a fair point.
Thanks.
These backgrounds are nice and everything, but like, there just becomes a point where it's really obvious that they're just 2D images. Like, that background there doesn't look so bad, but then you just turn over here. It's like, that is obviously just a 2D image. All of it. It makes this feel like a Tekken stage, actually. Like those old Tekken stages that didn't have walls or anything, just like flat planes that were basically endless. While
Thank you.
a wallpaper, there was a 360-degree wallpaper around the arena.
Thanks.
That's what this ends up feeling like.
I appreciate it.
They really shouldn't let you have camera control for this. Alright, let's go. Well, I'll take it down. These open nose debuffs will really help. Based on how fast the health is going down right now, I'm going to assume they are. And then the debuffs wore off. Let's hope the buffs are strong enough to compensate for that sort of thing. Given that it resists physical and ruin, keeping it on Ravager might be a better idea. And then we don't even have to switch when we're done, when the stagger meter runs out. Don't you shoot that at me. Rude. And this should do it. There we go. And was that less than 5,000? Yes, it was. It was less than 4,000. Which really just turns around and says, that is not worth fighting. and keep it in the air, then it won't transform. You won't have a chance to. There we go.
Easy.
And that was 3250, 3250, 3250 something. It's like so much simpler and easier than dealing with that, and less than 1,000 CP difference. Just don't deal with them. Alright, everybody's getting stronger. Ignore the Juggernaut. That's an actual Adamantoise over there. Alright.
Time for another approach. Thanks. Thanks.
Wait for it.
You'll make it. Change of
Come
plan.
on.
Say goodbye.
The awkward thing about when the behemoths stand up and take the thing out of the head is, not only is it a full heal, it's a full restore, which means it removes all the debuffs. Which kind of frustrating. Well, I guess them's the breaks. Here we go.
It'll be okay.
Okay, I would appreciate if you would
Time for
not
another
target the
approach.
lightning. Lightning, could you maybe not stand next to Zaz? Yeah. That's right, target anybody else.
Be ready for the next fight.
Less tedious than dealing with a juggernaut. All in all, this chapter's been kind of boring, honestly. Especially considering it's the penultimate. Interesting.
What the?
What is this stuff?
Huh. Some sort of crystal?
I don't like this. Is Cocoon falling apart already?
Could be. Maybe Orphan's having trouble holding things together with all this fighting going on.
The clamor of this conflict rouses the Maker.
Oh, fuck off, Bartenders.
Yeah? Well, we're gonna stop this ruckus soon enough.
Can you halt the cavalry's charge? Filled with righteousness, they will slaughter Orphan in the name of freedom. Your only recourse will be to deliver them death, swift and certain.
No. Unlike you, they'll listen to reason.
We will see about that. I shall savor the demise of Cocoon from atop the highest seat in all of Eden. You too should hurry along to the heart of our grand capital. Your loved ones miss you so. Come, let's see. Fulfill your destiny.
Your destiny. We'll decide our own destiny.
Right.
I feel like we've said
Over
that like a
Bartenders's
dozen
dead
times.
body.
Bartenders really doesn't care. That tear in the sky? But these floating crystal fragments aren't gonna kill the frame rate again. Okay, that's an actual adamantoise, which I don't think we have any hope of beating. So let's not deal with that. Doesn't look like there's anything over there. Deal with these guys, I guess. It's been almost 2 hours, and I feel like we've accomplished absolutely nothing. We've just been running through streets and stuff. Occasionally there's a cutscene that's happened that's really accomplished nothing. Not really forwarded the story in any way. And we're just running from point A to point B with nothing going on. And it feels kind of crazy. Alright.
That's how it's done.
More behemoths. guy's got a bazooka. One thing I do appreciate is that attack would have been such a problem at one point, and it's not really at the minute now. Although if we're into a group of like 4 of these guys, it probably will become a problem again. This doesn't look like floor. Well, don't mind me, I've gone down a side path apparently. I'll be through the gates to say hello in a minute. Cool. I keep opening these chests and getting stuff out of them that is basically meaningless to me. Oh sweet, just one of them. I thought we'd have to fight both at once. I thought it'd be a package deal.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Yeah, I feel like boosting our attack should come before augmenting our weapons.
Here.
This one really isn't doing anything, is it?
Thanks.
Alright, take it down. Pushing it. There it is. Knock it up in the air. Can't hurt anyone up there. How it goes to Behemoth Heaven. Alright, now for the other one. Grab these. Fine, don't worry about it. So I had a limited amount of time to grab those items and it didn't tell me. I'd be angrier if it wasn't for the fact, like I just stated, that pretty much everything we grab out of these things is worthless to us.
You'll make it.
We're not spending money because of the way money works in this, and the only stores are just in the save points and honestly needlessly complicated and confusing. And they never explain to us how to use the materials to upgrade the weapons and the items. And if one thing's for sure throughout this entire thing, it's that upgrading weapons and items feels like it's pretty pointless. Because we keep getting more weapons and items that are supposed to be stronger than the old ones we've got.
Time for another approach. Thanks.
But they're not, because we put crafting materials into the old ones. And so now the old ones are too good to replace with the new ones that are weakened now. But will be better if we put more materials into those. So you know, in situations like, don't upgrade anything until like the end game. Or like, look up what the items you actually need, or like the weapons you want are. It's not a good crafting system. Why not? Oh. Alright. Anything on this side? Another item. Cool. Don't know what I'm gonna do with those. Preemptive strike? Preemptive strike. Nice. Teamwork, yeah. Feels like it's taking so long. Okay. We might be finally getting somewhere though. This place looks like it might be important. Or lead to somewhere important. Rest of them all guys. Those guys are both celebrants. Celebrants? Celebrant.
Thank you.
Caliburn?
Thanks.
It doesn't really matter. Alright. Well, this is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about earlier. Like, a few of these guys with bazookas to your floor. Come on, we're almost there. I hope we're almost there. Alright, rock and roll. Another big door. Another cutscene. Not a proper cutscene because we don't have the entire group with us. And more corridors. Oh cool, not enemies. Alright, let's do this and get through.
This place is as good as dead.
This is it.
Check if that's any good for the Neil. Not as good as what we've put on her because we've probably upgraded the building staff too much.
Have to stop the Falsey. That's our real focus.
Cool, where are we?
So this is the heart of Cocoon.
It's incredible.
That's where Eden sits, controlling all of the other Cocoon Falsey. It's also where we'll find Orphan, the battery that keeps Eden running.
Good to know. So what's the plan?
Your usual plan. Charge in through the front door, what else?
Right, the front. Hey, where are you going?
Isn't the front door the other way? Oh no, more dudes. Is that a new behemoth?
I hope that's our backup.
We were after backup.
If it is, I don't think our backup is happy to see us.
Right.
This isn't gonna be easy.
Give me some slack.
One on one or 2 on 1? 1 on 1. Alright.
New strategy.
Such long corridors.
Take that. Take that.
Thanks.
The sword.
Thank you.
Take that.
What are you guys doing? I mean, nothing really interesting is going on for a while. How are you guys doing?
Steady now. Thanks.
Zaz, would you like to buff attack, please? I appreciate that.
Don't give up.
Alright, let's do this. If I can get around that juggernaut, I'm going around it. I don't want to fight this thing. It's just tedious. There we go. Of course, it's blocking the entire path. Chunky bitch. Alright.
Here. Steady now.
Right, it keeps removing the debuffs.
Don't give up.
Hans has a little quicker, please. Kinda bored. Steam clean removes the buff. Removes the debuffs. Got it.
Thanks.
Shame because this thing is so tedious to fight. I welcome anything that'll make its health go down quicker. And because physical ruin is hard, might as well just keep doing it like this. Alright. Doesn't say that it's immune to death. I'm gonna finish it this round anyway.
I appreciate it.
New strategy.
I forgot I have tireless charge.
You asked for it.
Is there anything else going on in gaming news? A leak suggests that Resident Evil 9 has been in the works since 2018, which sounds kind of ridiculous, but you never know. More trouble with the sinking city on Steam. Valheim has sold 5 million copies. Alien Firestorm is a third-person shooter out in the summer. And it's finally over. I don't want to fight any more of those. They're not enjoyable fights. They're drawn out, they're tedious, and they're not worth it. Oh, Neil's almost dead. Oh, Neil's dead. Oh, I'm almost dead.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, his ass is dead.
Don't give up.
Thanks.
Oh, Vanille's dead again.
Thanks. Thanks.
Who'd have thought after everything we've come through to get this far, one of the most infuriating challenges would be two guys with guns. Let's just kill them. Dangerous if you give them the slightest chance to take the offensive. Worth making a note. The stagger point is pretty low, so if you can manage to pull that off, you're all good. Alright, more Crystarium. More Ravager. More Saboteur. Stopka really doesn't sound appealing. It sounds like a last-ditch effort to try and put some reins on the AI so you can have a little more control over it, and it doesn't sound like it'd actually be all that effective. Like, really get the feeling that just letting you control the AI directly would be a better idea. Well, posing got us killed again.
And so it ends.
You should have had a counter for how many times I get killed during the paradigm shifts because everybody took too long posing. If only I had thought of that 40 hours ago.
Time for another approach.
There, let's try this again. A little more healing would be really nice for Neil.
And so it ends.
Kind of irritating.
Thanks.
Okay, heals. 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 Thanks for Neil. Remember why I took you off healing duty? The rate in which they can attack and the fact that each attack separately stuns you, and then that backflip that they do immediately negates everything you're working on. It pisses me off. It's an irritating fight.
New strategy.
Alright. That dick has just been there in the background shooting us the entire time.
Easy.
Okay, and now the next bunch. I know, I feel like I'm running out of steam, or the game's running out of steam. One of the two. Possibly both.
Keep it together.
I appreciate it.
And considering like this is supposed to be the big climax that we're building to, this doesn't feel exciting or even interesting. It feels tedious. Like this entire thing has just been still, running down corridors, doing a bunch of fights, and occasionally cutscenes that don't mean anything happens. I don't know, you think a game would be most exciting as you're approaching the climax. If we were to compare this to Final Fantasy VII, this part would maybe be the raid on Midgar.
Okay, what are they up to?
Prior to going into the planet's core.
See? All of them? Just like that?
A friendly reminder we're running on borrowed time.
It doesn't make this any more exciting. Okay, so the last save point was in that long corridor where we didn't fight anything. Power glove. Okay, so here's the save point. The last save point was here. I want to see what the time difference is between these two. 46:03, 46:43. So that was 20 minutes. 20 minutes to get to here. Except I feel like it was probably long because I don't think the game actually counts when you do retries. I wouldn't have thought a fresh Seath would be that strong. Like, a Lassie that becomes a Seath, sure. They build up power and then they become a Seath and then they're strong. And then possibly... strength of the Seath is determined by the strength of the Lassie. But being made straight into a Seath and coming out with a pretty strong Seath sounds like it doesn't really work. Like, it sounds like it makes no sense to these gameplay mechanics. They're ignoring the story. Of course, the game has also been like really coy on exactly how Seath actually work. So maybe it is part of the story that is not explained to us. Come on. Capable of inflicting instant knockout. Oh yeah, you see there, it was just about to cast death. And if that hits the lead one works, then I'm gonna draw a line and call this absolute bullshit and probably call it for today because I will not be happy. I was looking ahead and it's like 2 more of those, and then 2 more on one of those things, and then 2 more and possibly something else to fight. And it's just tedious.
Follow my lead! Thanks.
Plus, their debuffs immediately counteracting our buffs. Kind of irritating.
Thanks.
Honestly, fuck that.
Yeah!
I don't know what it is, but I'm just not interested right now. Maybe it's just a mood I'm in. Maybe the game really isn't doing a good job of holding my attention. Maybe it's both. Who knows? Who knows, Highlander? Who knows? I just put Ethan into that. You know what, I'll do the others at some other point. Feels tedious enough without doing that. Didn't see that water.
Take down the enemy.
Alright, well, they're fighting each other. Take advantage of it, I guess.
Thanks. Thank you.
The other news. Thought that THQ Nordic is teasing a Destroy All Humans 2 remake after the first game. After remaking the first game. Hey, Santa. Oh, looks like I've been through all the news today.
Thank you.
Time for a pain sandwich.
Alright, certified. How you doing? More of them. That other machine that Rosh was in.
Take down the enemy.
And turn down. I'm surprised that was a solo. I expected it to be paired with this one. Well, you're a shit. Hopefully we're almost getting somewhere. Yeah, isn't this that thing that Rosh was in?
Looks like no one was spared.
He really wants us dead.
Well, you didn't get that the first 10 times he attacked us.
Let's wrap this up.
Oh, that's unfriendly.
Thank you. We can win this. Thanks.
Alright, let's go. Let him hit 100%. This fight's gonna take a while, isn't it? Going back to try disaster. Oh, nice, still charging.
You can do it!
Cool, does this thing have less defense? They would appreciate that.
Thanks.
I can launch it like this, so that's nice. out of pace. What is that about? I can't keep thinking like that. Because of this. How you doing, Sona? Anyway. Alright, back to this. That's cool.
Be careful!
Demon souls. The aerial defense mode is less interesting. I'm sorry, why do you have all of your health again? No, that's fair enough. You gonna get demon souls though?
Turn the tide. Thank you.
You gonna get demon souls though? Yeah. I don't know, the minute between the two systems, if I was gonna get one, it would still be Xbox. That's just the continued backwards compatibility. Technically, you can argue both of them are upgrades since they're both supposed to play everything that the previous generation played. But I guess overall, there just isn't that much I think is worth getting for them yet.
Don't panic.
And you know me. It's been a thing with me for years of like, don't buy a system within its first year of launch. Not content with the PS4 version anymore. Interesting thought though, starting with Final Fantasy XIV on the PS3, then carrying to the PS4, and then carrying to the PS5. Does FF14 look any better on PS5? I thought it was just the PS4 version still, they hadn't made a PS5 version. Loading faster, yeah, sure, I can understand that, but does it actually look any better? But she's not a PC gamer. Can you play the PC version with a controller? Launches in April. Is that a free upgrade like FF7 Remake is?
We survive.
I appreciate
Don't panic.
That's fair enough. But you might as well get in there while the going is good. The free upgrade thing is something I'm very interested in. It's a nice idea. I think it's one of the best things with Resident Evil 8. It's like, oh yeah, no, Resident Evil 8's coming out this gen and next gen. But if you buy it this gen, you'll get the next gen version free. It's like, you know what? I appreciate that. That is way cool. Because you know what? Yeah, I am kind of tired of buying my games again. I need to stop buying my games again.
Don't panic.
I'm really hopeful that Microsoft will keep adding stuff to the backwards compatibility now that the Xbox Series X is out. Like, the big thing with the Xbox Series X playing everything Xbox One does, my hope is that when if they add more to the backwards compatibility, which I hope they do, they'll add it to the Xbox One backwards compatibility and now on automatically. Which will mean I'll be able to get some extra backwards compatibility without having to buy a new system. That'd be nice. I don't know, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like here and there between just buying an original Xbox again.
Rush, it's over.
What of my soldiers? I see.
Why are you doing this, Rush? I mean, haven't you done enough?
Enough. Under Fal'Cie orders, I've orchestrated mass murder, all to answer the fears of a panicked populace.
But how are you still alive? Because we saw you get shot multiple times.
Fal'Cie. It was the only solution I could offer, even if that solution was a farce.
Then, you knew the Fal'Cie were using us?
I believed their rule was best for Cocoon's present and future prosperity. But it seems I misjudged their benevolence. If this is my punishment, I accept it.
So, you're just gonna let everything go to hell, is that it?
You're right. One thing remains. This is SciComm Director Roche. Attention all SciComm and Guardian Corps units. Suspend LaCie operations. I repeat, suspend LaCie operations. All units should focus their efforts on evacuating the civilian population. I do not issue this order as an absolute. You are free to make the choice.
Rush!
Go! You're here to save Cocoon, aren't you? Or was that a farce as well?
Stay alive. We'll see you when it's over.
I'll trust in your humanity. Let's see. The fate of Cocoon is in your hands. This is my end. The end which I have chosen.
I don't think your grenade's gonna do a whole lot. I've seen the kind of punishment those behemoths can take. And we're still going? We're going. Alright. It could be it. It's an interesting point, Seek. I don't know, I just feel like it's gotten really dull. There's all of those. Yeah. It's a fair point, the game's been like that way basically since the start. That's been every cutscene. It's definitely a problem with the storytelling in this game. The way it's all presented, the cutscenes are all the same like that. The characters stand around, say some stuff, it doesn't usually matter in any real way. Very occasionally there's character growth. Now that you mention it, there is a lot of scenes of the characters just not looking at anyone. Like, all just looking to the side or looking past each other. I think you're right, Teak. Navigating the Crystarium is such a pain. I want to press the button, just go to the next thing to fill. Hey, Lena. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I think you're right, Seek. Every cutscene does come off as the same. Maybe that's a big part of the reason why it's really hard to just get invested in the story. Because it's the same picture over and over and over. I'm okay. Honestly, kind of really bored. This game has been boring me for a while. Which, you know, isn't great considering this is the penultimate chapter and everything's building to the climax. Like I said earlier, if I had to compare this to any particular sequence in FF7, it'd be the raid on Midgar. And the raid on Midgar is exciting. And stuff's happening. In this, it's just like... we're walking down corridors some more, and cutscenes are happening, and none of it really matters. Alright.
Where's the cavalry?
If they made it this far, we'll see them soon enough.
Hey. Where are these guys?
Not them two. They're all sea.
Yeah, let me guess, they're the cavalry. Yep, we are. Welcome to Orphan's Cradle. This was a pretty neat stage in Duodecim.
This is it. A lot of dreams died to get us here. And we can't let it be for nothing.
You said it. It's not just our future we're fighting for.
Why does it feel like none of you actually
We'll do
care?
it for everyone. Fal'Cie rule ends here.
Daisley, we're coming for you!
I'm not turning back. I have to make up the Dragon Dodge to Ceres.
Like, they sounded really bored there.
We're gonna pull this off. People who died deserve that much.
And they definitely didn't make me believe that this is the exciting conclusion. Oh great, 4?
Time for pain sandwich.
Honestly, now that we're finally at Orphan's Cradle, all I can think is like, man, I wish I was playing Duodecim instead, because this is boring.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah?
Let's go!
I really don't appreciate this shit.
Thanks.
like, you look at this and like, what are you actually supposed to do with this? When you can't buff your characters because the enemies will remove your buffs, and then they'll stack on debuffs and dots, and they'll do it too fast for you to reliably remove them. And it's like, what do you do with that? You just sit there and take that and hope they die before you do?
Move on instinct.
Don't give up!
Maybe I'll call this the next save point because I am really not doing this. Maybe I'll come back to it next time and be all like, yeah, finish this. I don't know. So, there's the thought here, like, we've got Orphan's Cradle, and Orphan's Cradle is clearly trying to do the usual JRPG thing of weird, psychedelic final dungeon. But it feels like it hasn't earned that or justified it, I guess.
Let's go!
If you know what I mean? Like Final Fantasy VII, the final dungeon is the planet's core, and you start going down, down, and then it starts getting tricky when she gets like right near the centre. Which is understandable because the game has built up the idea of the live stream for the entire thing. And once you're actually in an area where the live stream is very focused and available, it's reasonable. Or FF10 where you go inside Sim. And it's kind of a dream world. Which explains why it's so weird and psychedelic and trippy. And this just happened, and there's no explanation for it. And the characters don't question it. Like, we walked in the room, and it looked like a throne room or whatever, and all of a sudden it just turned into this. And the characters are like, okay, this is it. And not like, the fuck is this? And I feel like that's one of the problems, the disconnect. Like, if you get what I'm saying. As far as we know, they didn't know what this was. They didn't know this was coming. They had no reason to expect this. I'll just die. Stop throwing debuffs and dots, goddamn. Definitely stop catching the death Yeah, what's going on?
Thanks.
Absolutely nothing. Alright. Heal, 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 and smack again. What's that guy doing? Going around and casting debuffs. A bit. I think of some of the trippy final dungeons I've seen in JRPGs, like Tales of Xillia, which was justified, and Xillia 2, which was justified. I'm not going to say exactly what they are because it'd be spoilers, but they were both justified and explained, and this just happened, and we didn't know this was coming. We didn't know this was going to happen. If I save here and quit, those things are going to respawn when I reload. And I'll have to deal with them again. Yeah, I'm missing something. Where is it? I've been missing Thundaga this entire time. It's weird how when you're on the Crystarium, sometimes when you press A to fill up another node, it'll go to the next node automatically, and then sometimes it just won't and you have to find the node yourself. It's inconsistent and frustrating. Like that, why did it do it there but not before? Right, we're gonna get to the next save point, and then we'll call it. Chapter 13. Cradle will fall. I don't even know what the fuck Orphan's Cradle is supposed to be. If we're gonna fight, let's fight. Do not make me chase you. Oh, the portals, right. In case you're not actually strong enough to be here, they create 2 portals for you to go back so you can grind.
That looks like a gate to Grand Pulse.
A last gift from Bartandalis?
If we're gonna run away, now's our chance.
So, guys, which way we going?
we do now?
3 portals. Where does this one go? Oh, it goes nowhere apparently. And let me guess, I have to chase that thing down to unlock it. They said that's Grand Pulse. Is that Cocoon? Does that just run through Cocoon again? Eden Hall, yeah, it's Cocoon. Yeah, no, I don't want to go through there again. That was boring as shit. I might as well, if I'm going to grind, I might as well go back to Grand Pulse. At least it's more visually interesting. Not like the enemies there gave me less CP. Alright, we're fighting. Why do I feel like this dungeon's going to be so full of padding? You know, this whole colour scheme is kind of making me think of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, which I never finished. That was actually quite a good game. I was enjoying it, I just never finished it. Strawberries and cream. I guess I can see strawberries and cream. Yeah, the white with the pink highlights like make me think of Tokyo Xanadu. Yeah. Which, like, if you're into some of the Falcom stuff, Tokyo Xanadu is a Falcom game and it's pretty good. Recommend checking it out. Probably pick it up cheap. I got it cheap, and I got it cheap years ago. I had enemies stopping me. There you go. That motherfucker. Yeah, if you guys would like to back me up on this, it'd be nice. Okay. Yeah, that rush attack they do, if you're in the middle of an attack when it does that, it will cancel your entire attack chain. I say attack, I mean basically anything. Healing, buffing, debuffing, anything. You're doing that and one of those hits you with that, gone. It doesn't remove your ATB, like your charged ATB slots. Those are still there, you just have to restart all your attacks. So, you know, it's meant to waste your time and probably get you killed. Once that, you need these kills to actually know. Oh, those kills are gone now.
Thanks.
Really like it if you could choose which debuff Essendon would remove. Because you know the worst debuff is slow.
Follow my lead!
Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm sorry, was I supposed to be healing? Get him. You know, there's an interesting thought. I'm thinking, like, am I gonna have to do grinding here?
Move on instinct.
And there's an interesting thought in that there's not much more I could do to grind. We're almost at our current max. Thanks to all the grinding I did previously, we're at the point now where we're almost at our current max again.
Take down the enemy.
So grinding wouldn't make us that much stronger, because Final Fantasy XIII has those hard limits. Which on one hand is nice because it means I don't need to grind, on the other hand it means that shit isn't going to get better. I was just thinking then, like, would it be worth just ignoring all these dudes and going back to Grand Pulse to do some grinding? Like, to make up for ignoring everybody. And like, wait, no, we're almost at the current max. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference.
Let's wrap this up.
Probably the worst thing about these hard limits is that it prevents you from having a way of getting around Final Fantasy XIII's bullshit. In a lot of other games, you can get around troublesome battle systems with grinding. Just power your way through. And this is specifically set up so that you can only get so far. That's the damage I want to see. Nice. There we go. How much CP was that? 43.20. Definitely not worth it. Especially when you consider we could go back to Grand Pulse, get a King Behemoth, which at this point is way less trouble, and that's 4,000 per. Anything up here? Item. No. Did anybody play Duodecim? Duodecim Dissidia? And, like, checked out the Orphan's Cradle stage? It's a pretty neat stage. Fairly wide open, like, you get an idea from this, like, just what it is. That centerpiece is there. Great for characters with decent air game. I should do Duodecim at some point. I really want to. I actually recently picked up some mods to Duodecim, which is pretty neat. Adds a load of extra costumes to all the characters, which is really cool. Like different costumes that are different characters. Like there's and one of them is an extra costume for Cloud that makes him sash, which I thought was pretty cool. It's been a while since I checked them, so I don't remember most of them now. There was one that turned lightning into aqua from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That was kind of neat. Decent quality models as well. Duodecim's a really cool game. Way better than Dissidia NT. NT was so disappointing. I've got it on the shelf there. And the only reason I really even still have it is because I'm not going to get anything for selling it. Can I get to that save point before activating this? Yes. Awesome. Anyway. 950. Yeah, it's not worth switching, is it? Yeah, that's good for you. Good for you. good for you. That's good for you. You and no. Okay. In case it isn't obvious, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yes. Don't need to do more than that. You can have 2. Yeah, I think that's enough upgrading. It should be a decent amount of extra strength. I honestly don't know what any of that really helps. I don't know how the upgrading system works. I don't think it was ever properly explained. If it was, I wasn't paying attention, and the game is too boring. The game spent so much time explaining so much, and didn't explain that very well. But that is going to do it for today, because I have been bored for like the last 2 hours. So I think we're going to call it here. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Thanks so much. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Teak, Signer, Lino, and Star. Thank you so much for keeping me company, guys. Chat is always the best part of the stream. We'll be back on Saturday, 8 PM Great Speed Time GMT, where we'll be continuing Skies of Arcadia. We'll be resuming that playthrough. We are in the lost city of Rixus, I believe, was where we left off. Yeah, that sounds right. Sunday, of course, continuing Final Fantasy VII with Clem joining me on the mic. Monday will be more Yakuza, and Final Fantasy XIII will return on Tuesday. All of those at 8 PM Great Speed Time GMT. Let me see if he's online. Mr. Charisma is playing the Super Console X that he bought, which is pretty cool. If anyone wants to check him out, I'll give the direct link. We've raided Mr. Charisma before. He's a really cool dude. A lot of fun. He recently picked up a Super Console X, which is an emulation machine, which I have heard is actually pretty good. Looks cheap, feels cheap. The controllers it comes with are supposed to be pretty crap. But you can hook up some USB controllers to them, and the emulation is actually really good, I've heard. Check, and Mr. Charisma is a really cool dude. So definitely check him out. But otherwise, I'm just going to leave it today. Yeah, we're back Saturday with more Skies of Arcadia, 8 PM Great Speed Time GMT. Final Fantasy XIII returns on Tuesday, 8 PM Great Speed Time GMT. But with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.